Alright, in this video we're going to create our HTML template, which is going to serve as our user interface for the Gaming Place e-commerce application. Alright, so this is going to be it's going to be a Bootstrap template. Alright, so you can see it has very familiar Bootstrap qualities, the nav bar, the list groups. Alright, so we're just going to take the sample template that Bootstrap gives us and just tweak it a little bit to our liking. If you're not interested in watching me create the HTML and CSS, just use the project files and feel free to move on. Alright, so we're going to go to getbootstrap.com, alright, and download Bootstrap. Okay, and then open that zip file. And I have an empty folder on my desktop called tgp_html. This is going to serve as our HTML template. Alright, so in the Bootstrap folder, we're just going to bring everything over for now. Alright, and for the CSS folder, we want to get rid of everything except bootstrap.css. Alright, and let's also create a custom.css style sheet. Alright, now JavaScript, I'm just going to get rid of the minified version, and let's create an index page, index.html. Alright, so I'm going to open up index, and I'm going to go to, on the Bootstrap site, I'm going to click on examples and then starter template. And we just want to do a Control-U and copy all the source. Alright, and then paste that in index. And I'm also going to click on, not that, right here, excuse me, starter template CSS. And I'm just going to grab this for now and put that in our custom CSS file. Okay, we'll save that, go back to the index page, and we're going to do a few things here. I'm going to get rid of the description, author, icon. We don't need that stuff. You can keep it if you want. Title, let's just change that. I'm going to change it to the Gaming Place. This link to the Bootstrap CSS, I'm going to get rid of that, the min, because we just kept that one bootstrap.css file, and we want to make it so it's just going to the CSS folder. We don't need any of this. And then for the second one here, starter template, let's replace that with css/custom.css, and we're going to get rid of all this here. We don't need that. Alright, so now we're moving on to the navigation. I'm going to change the brand or the logo here. Call it the Gaming Place. And I'm just going to point that to the index.html file for now. Same thing with this home link. And then change about to create account. And for now, that'll just go to register.html. And get rid of this contact link. Alright, so I want to put a login form here as well. So I'm going to go back to the Bootstrap site, and I want to go to the navbar snippets. So I think it's components and navbar. Alright, so you can see this example here. They have a search box. That's what I want, so I'm going to copy that form, which is right here, and go ahead and put that right under the UL. Okay, I'm going to change this navbar left to right, and we can get rid of this roll. And then for the input, we're going to add a name, and that's going to be username. And then for the placeholder, let's just put enter username. Alright, now we need a password field, which is also going to be wrapped in this form group div. So I'm going to just copy this and then change this here to password. Type is going to be password, and then the placeholder, enter password. And then for this button here, let's give it a name of submit. And change the submit text to login. Alright, so that should do it for our nav bar. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is the actual application. I'm going to open up the index HTML page. Alright, so we get our nav bar. Now we need to create our columns because we're going to use the Bootstrap grid system. Alright, basically this sidebar here will be a 4-column div, and then this main area will be an 8-column div. Okay, so let's put those in here, right in the container. First we need a row. And we'll do the sidebar first, so that's going to be col-md-4. Alright, and then we want the main area, which is going to be col-md-8. Alright, so that gives us our sidebar and our main area. Now to speed things up, I'm going to be copying and pasting snippets of code in here. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to put in the sidebar is going to be our cart block. So let me paste that in. And I'll go over it real quick. Basically, we have a div with the class of cart block. It's going to have a form. The action and things like that aren't really important right now. This is just for display. And then we're going to have a table with some cell padding, spacing. We're going to have the quantity, the item, and the item price. We have nothing here now because we will be our application will dynamically generate that stuff, so we don't need it here. And then just an area for the total. Alright, and then under the table we just have the submit button. Okay. Actually we have two buttons. One is an actual button to update the cart, so we can update the quantity and click update cart. Next one is just a link going to the cart. Alright, so if we save that, we can take a look. Alright, so not too pretty. That's because we're going to be adding our own custom CSS. So next, I want to do basically these are list groups when using Bootstrap. We can even go and check them out. Check out the syntax. Click on list group. Basically, this is it. Alright, so you want a class of list group. The list items have a class of list group item, and that gives it this padded border look. Actually, we're using links, so we'll be using this format. Alright, so let's go back to index and go below the cart block, which ends right here. So we want to go right under that. And by the way, we're also using panels. Alright, so panels allow us to have this, I guess this heading right here, and wraps around the list items. And you can see that code as well in the, where is it? Panels, where are they? Right here, panels. Okay, so basically you can have a panel with a heading. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm just going to paste that in right under the cart block. So it starts here, and you can see we have a couple classes here, and then the panel heading, I threw in this, okay, this panel heading dark, and that's just so we can actually make the heading dark like this. Alright, and then we have down here a different color heading, and over here we have a green heading. So just to kind of break it up a little bit. Category H3 categories, and then we have, like I said, the list group. Okay, with our categories. And then right under that, we're going to have this most popular list group. So let me just grab that real quick. I'm going to paste that right under, yeah, right under here. All right, so if we save it, let's take a look. All right. So when we do the custom CSS style sheet, we'll make this dark and we'll make these links not blue. All right, so next we have the main area where these games are. Basically, we're going to do a grid inside of a grid. So we're going to have three 4-column divs. All right, so I'm just going to paste this in. It's just all static content. So right under here, I'm going to paste, and we just have a bunch of games that all start with a 4-column div, and also I threw in the class game for each one. Alright, so you can see we have the game title, this is the game image, which is linked to product.html for now, and then the button we have add to cart. Now you'll notice I don't have the quantity input in this HTML. We're just going to add that when we actually create the application, when we create the view. Alright, so let's just save this and see what it gives us. Actually, hold on. Oh, we put that in the sidebar. Let me just undo that. And we want to make sure we put it inside of this div with the 8. Okay, save that. Alright, so our images, we need our images. So I'm actually going to just grab those from the application. Create an images folder. Alright, let me just grab those images. These will be in your project files. And I'm not sure if it... Alright, yeah, it just goes to images and then the game. Alright, so there's our games. The price, obviously this doesn't look very good. We're going to fix that in our CSS. Alright, so next we just want a simple footer. I'm going to go under the container div, go right under it, and paste in a very small amount of code. It's just another row. Gave it the class of footer, has a container within it, and then just a paragraph with whatever our copyright. Alright, so one other thing I'm going to do is move this JavaScript here to the top. So let's just grab these two script tags, and I'm going to get rid of these comments. And I'm just going to go paste them up here under our CSS style sheets. And also we need to change this link. We just want it to go right to the JS folder. And we're not using the minified version, so I'm going to get rid of that. I actually don't even think we need this bootstrap JS file, but I just like to keep it just in case we want to add a slider or something like that. Alright, so that should complete the HTML. Alright, so we have our footer, and obviously we still need to style this. So I'm going to end the video here, and next we will create the HTML for our other pages and also the CSS so we can actually make this look presentable.